What's going down, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo.
And Bill.
And today we are doing the 2000 film VULGAR. Now, this was directed by Brian Johnson. If you don't know who Brian Johnson is,
Tell him, Steve Dave.
that's Brian Johnson. Well, not that guy. That's Walt Flanagan. Brian Johnson's the guy he always tells that
Steve
to
Dave.
in all the Kevin Smith movies. He's also on Comic Book Men and is one of Kevin Smith's best friends. And the story of VULGAR is basically the story of the View Askew universe's mascot. If you ever watched the original Clerks at the beginning, because that's the only time it shows like this whole thing, this clown goes behind the curtain, then comes back out from the curtain and pats this little boy on the head. But when he comes back out from the curtain, he's dressed in like high heels, lingerie stilettos, fucking nasty looking shit. Looking all gross. This is the story of that clown. This is the story of VULGAR. It's about a birthday party clown who loves doing birthday parties. But he's not making any money at it. He's really poor. He's really broke.
Like
so
most.
he gets an idea to do, like, jokingly erotic clown stuff. Basically, you have a bachelor party, right?
Yep.
And before you bring in the stripper, you bring this guy in telling your friend it's the stripper. And then here comes this ugly, kind of fattish, out-of-shape clown. You know, in weird fucking lingerie and shit.
Yeah.
Well, and then, you know, before the stripper comes in, he leaves and gets paid to be just funny. Well, he takes his first job, goes on his first job, and ends up getting gang raped by a father, two sons that are just weird, fucking sick, disgusting shit.
Yeah.
And beat the hell out of. Okay, so yeah, that's what happens. This talks about his revenge. Well, actually, it talks about him going on with his life, and them finding out who he is, and them coming after him again, and then he gets his revenge.
Exactly.
Now, this stars Brian O'Halloran as Will, our clown, VULGAR the clown.
Or
Brian
Dante.
O'Halloran is Dante from Clerks. Yeah, also Clerks 2. He is Gil Hicks from Dogma, who's the reporter. And he's also Gil Hicks, I think, in Mallrats, which I just watched the other night for Easter.
Oh, nice.
Mallrats is an Easter film.
Nice.
Remember Jay and Silent Bob beat up the Easter Bunny?
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob, or Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, are in this movie not as Jay and Silent Bob, as totally different characters.
Totally different people.
And it's just small role, not very big, just real small roles.
Little cameos.
Another Kevin Smith person who's in this movie is Ethan Suplee, which of course we all know him from so many different movies. In this movie he plays Frankie, one of the sons of the guy who rapes him.
Yeah.
And also gets in on the action. And he plays kind of a fucked up redneck meth head kind of guy, but he's a big old fat guy. You know, this is before he lost all his weight. This is back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And of course, those of you that don't know who Ethan Suplee is, he was in Remember the Titans, American History X. He's on The Ranch from Netflix. He's in so much shit. Such a good fucking actor. Really good fucking actor. IMDb actually has contradicting dates coming out for this movie. They say it came out in 2000 and in 2002. I don't know which one is which, but I'm pretty sure it came out in 2000 because that's the date on the back of the DVD. So
yeah,
that's what I'm going with. It cost only $120K to make, and it only brought in $16K. So kind of a failure, but
big flop.
It's still like, you know, I don't really think this is not a movie they made to make millions of dollars.
No.
This is a niche audience film. This is a fucked up kind of film. You know what I mean? It's not your big fucking $1 million blockbuster kind of thing. It's not even a Kevin Smith film kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, this is a niche film.
It's a passion project. It's what somebody wanted to do.
It's a passion project, but it's a fucked up passion project.
Yeah. This is one of those, okay, this is what you really want to make? Now.
You feel bad for Will through the whole fucking movie.
God, you do.
You feel so bad for him.
His life is shit.
Even when he gets better and he's getting rich and shit, you still feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I do have a couple cons for the film. I really feel like the middle act drops. The first act and the third act, where it's like all about, you know, him, you know, leading up to him getting raped and all. Yeah. And then you have the middle act, which is him trying to get his life back together, which is a good thing, but it kind of drops the atmosphere of the film. I mean, we go from this totally fucked up kind of thing to just like this normal kind of film. And then
Yeah,
the
yeah,
third
they
act, it
do.
ramps back up again. So
Yeah.
I think the middle act kind of drops it down a little bit as far as the atmosphere goes.
Okay, yes, I
the
agree
mood
with
of the
that.
film.
And actually, I'll go from there. You know, he's right about that. It did sort of just become a normal film.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had him with his Flappy's Funhouse. And all I could think of the whole time watching that part, these parts of this is like fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse or whatever the fuck that thing was called.
I was thinking of the Robin Williams character off of Death to Smoochie. Mr.
Oh.
Rainbow or whatever. That's what I was thinking of. But
Rainbow Randall.
Rainbow Randall. There you go. Yeah. That's a movie
my
we need
God.
to review.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one doesn't get a lot of love. It really
That one's,
doesn't.
in a way, kind of like this one. It's kind of a fucked up kind of movie that,
It is, except without the rape.
yeah, without the rape, but it's got Robin Williams
Yeah.
playing this fucked up movie that you just don't really see Robin Williams playing.
You don't
in.
think of Robin Williams in this
Well,
fashion.
we'll get to that
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we want to review it.
Yeah, if we feel like doing that one, we will. But, yeah, just that whole middle part, because beginning, fucked. Middle,
And literally, he
Huh?
was fucked literally.
yeah, yeah, literally and figuratively.
Right up the ass.
Yeah. And then the end, it picks back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird. But you're right, he's also right. You do actually feel bad for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then it's like, oh my God, and then you feel good for him. He's got his life turned around.
Yeah.
And then it's because of the kids show that the
Yeah, he gets a
redneck
kids
guys
show.
come back.
He gets this kid's show, and because I don't want to give the whole film away, because this is a film I feel a lot of people have not seen.
Well, that's
Well,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. They just come back,
Yeah,
though.
they come back.
because of
There's a
this.
reason. It's pretty fucked up.
It
But
is.
This is definitely a movie I think a lot of you guys would want to see. I know my audience, and I think you'd like it.
And again, this movie didn't make a lot of money, and a lot of people have really trashed this film a lot. And I can see why, because it's not your big box office thing where you're trying to make millions of dollars. No, this was somebody's project. If this is his passion project,
and-
this is one fucked up passion
And with
project.
Kevin Smith's name attached to it as producer, also attached to it with a small role and
Yep.
being a friend of, like, it's definitely something even Kevin Smith fans would walk into think, oh, this is going to be a cool Kevin Smith type of film.
No, this
And
is
then
different.
it's really fucked up.
This is
And I don't mean
fucking
fucked
different.
up the way Tusk is fucked up in a Kevin Smith kind of way.
Yeah.
That's a whole different kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Same thing with Red State. Whole different kind of fucked up.
Yes.
Now, my first two pros kind of go hand in hand.
Okay.
The first of which is Brian O'Halloran's acting. I've always liked Brian O'Halloran as an actor. Since I saw him in Clerks, I thought he was good. Now, Clerks is very dialogue heavy. We all know that.
Yes.
But it's still he's a good actor. I enjoy him in all the films I've seen him in, mostly Kevin Smith films. But his acting in this movie literally made my heart wrench. After the rape scene, he's crying. But this is where it ties into one of my other pros. Damn, that is one fucking brutal rape scene. And you can see every inch of it on his face and his fucking... This looks like it looked to me, when you're watching, that it could have been a real rape scene. Because his acting is that fucking good. And it's fucking brutal. It's a brutal rape scene.
Yes.
And it's guy-on-guy rape. So this is like, to me, I know that... But to me, that makes it even worse. I'm not trying
Yes,
to say
it-
downplay anybody or any
No, we're
female
not.
thing at all.
No.
But, I mean, for us being guys, I mean, it's like, oh my God, no!
Yeah.
It's like, I get shivers just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the way the scene was shot, too.
Oh, dude, so gritty, so...
Yes.
You
It
know,
looks like a disgusting place that he's going into, and it is.
this
It
movie is gritty as hell. It is so gritty and so
Love
dirty.
that, though.
Oh, I do too. I love the look of it.
The look of the film is amazing, how it is just gritty as shit. But then that's what I will give to the second act, is when we get there, it's not filthy anymore. It's
No,
not
it's
that
90s.
way.
It's 90s chic clean.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good transition
Yeah.
from going from utter filth to very cleanly.
And then in the third act, it just doesn't go back to dirty, but It definitely gets dark. It
Yes.
gets dark very much again in the mood and the atmosphere.
Yes, it does.
Now, this is kind of technically sort of a horror film. And there is gore in it. And the gore looks fucking great. There's not a ton of gore in it.
No.
But what we get is pretty fucking disturbing gore.
Yeah.
It looks great. I think it looks really good.
Yeah. Now, another thing I like about this film is the diner scene where our director and writer of this film is...
He plays one of the characters.
Yeah, he plays one of the characters, but he is just ripping in. I always want to just call this guy Dante. I always just want to call him Dante.
It's Will. Yeah, he's Will's best friend. Brian O'Halloran, or tell him Steve Dave.
Yeah, tell him Steve Dave. But yeah, he's just ripping into him, and he does it he does it twice. 2 different scenes. He's just ripping into him about how he's a fucking loser. He needs to get his fucking act together and shit. And these are great scenes of him just tearing this guy down
more. You can
more.
tell that it comes to from a place of love, though. He's trying to build his friend up.
He's trying, but...
And he's trying to get him to get out, and do something. And then, after, because you see how loyal he is, after the guy gets raped and he wants to kill these fucks. He wants to kill everybody involved. And he wants to call the cops and all this stuff. And the dude is like, no, we're not doing, I don't want to give the whole story away.
Yeah.
Because, guys, this is a fucked up story. And that's my final pro, which I've been talking about the whole time. But fucked up story, and I loved every fucking second of it.
And, I mean, I've only heard bad things from people about this film.
Don't get it.
And I don't get it. I don't get it either. This is not a horrible film. This is not like a blockbuster hit, but
it's because the people
great for what it is.
The people that were talking about the movie are people that were looking for something totally different. And it's people that aren't looking for this kind of film.
Yeah.
You can just tell in the reviews on IMDb. They're not looking for this kind of film. This is not the kind of film... This is the kind of film for fucked up people like me to be watching, okay?
Yes.
This is the kind of film that people that watch Terrifier won't be into. And people that like Kevin Smith be into, they like to mix Terrifier with Kevin Smith just a little bit.
Yeah. Tell him, Steve Dave.
And, my girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
At the same time?
Anyway, sorry, I couldn't resist. Sorry. We're going to get to those as well. At least I am. One of those. I don't know if you'll be with me on those or not. But I'm doing the Kevin Smith films eventually, too.
Yeah, we got to do some of them.
Anything else on this film?
Hey, all I have to say is if all you've heard of this film are the bad reviews from people, but you're got a fucked up sense of taste like we do, fucking give this one a try.
Yeah.
Just give it a try.
Yeah, check it out. Definitely check out Vulgar. I enjoyed it a lot. So much that I'm buying the film.
There you go.
Yeah, and he already had it.
Yeah.
So, I had never seen it before. I had heard of it. I've heard talk of it, but I never saw it. And I loved it. I had a blast with it, except for that middle part, like I said, where it drops a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's still a really good movie. I had enjoyed the movie a lot. Guys, that's it for this review. Check out Vulgar, BroncoJuggalo. Peace out.
And Bill's saying good night.
Somebody should have told you I'm the wrong one. All fun and games until you see me with the shotgun. Homie,